Hey, what's up? This is Jeremy Griff, JeremyTragic, coming at you with a more important video today. I want to take a moment and just let you guys know exactly who I am and why I'm talking to you. You know, for a long time, I've felt that there's been a call in my life for me to help my fellow man, for me to try to elevate the thinking of all of us and everyone that I come in contact with. And it's become a personal quest of mine to evolve society, so to speak. And, you know, there's really no way for me to come into this story expressing how amazing and how, you know, there's not a word to describe the greatness that I perceive over my life. So let me just go ahead and tell you, I'm Jeremy Griff. I'm 35 years old. I'm paralyzed due to a gun shooting accident, a gunshot accident that happened back in 1994. And, you know, a lot of things go into making an accident, you know, and making how that happened and why that happened. My mother was a methamphetamine addict, you know, God bless her, God rest her soul. She fought with her addiction for 20 years, you know, 20 years plus, having died. I think she was 50 when she died, I'm not exactly sure. But, yeah, in 1994, she had an episode where she freaked out under her substance, which was methamphetamine, and believed that people were coming to kill her. And in so believing, she broke down and was so enveloped in a spirit of fear that she decided to kill her family. And I was one of her children, and I didn't die due to this accident. I ended up becoming paralyzed. But my little brother, he also survived, thank God. But he survived, you know, with circumstances, excuse me. You know, we all survive with circumstances when you get into a situation like that. When you get into a tragedy that deep, you know, there's circumstances. So, my main circumstance was that I became paralyzed. And I went on living my life from another point of view, you know, from a disabled, the view of someone with a disability. And that's a deep view. You know? But anyways, my brother, the circumstances that involved his case or his situation are that he grew up with more of the spiritual or mental disabilities from it. You know, if you take it that way, he became a meth addict himself. You know, he went down the same path she did in a lot of ways. He ended up killing a man who, you know, when he was under the influence of methamphetamine. And, you know, he has his own story, and as a good person, I'm trying to help him through his story and coach and guide him. Like I said, raising the elevation, raising the thinking of everyone. Praise God. And my little sister actually died from this horrifying accident. You know, God rest her soul. You know, God bless her. I loved her so much. She was like an angel. Amanda was her name. And my mother actually shot herself during this tragedy as well, because her intentions were to take out the entire family. Like I said, she was coming at it from a strange perspective of rather than have her children go through that kind of suffering, you know, ending their existence of her own volition herself, thus, you know, saving us from any kind of whatever she was thinking, torture or whatnot. I can't even understand her thinking because she was so enveloped in fear. But I understand where she's coming from. There's certain birds that do this. A lot of animals, actually. Wolves, you know, excuse me for saying it like that, but, you know, it's animal instinct to end your child's life rather than have them go through any kind of pain or torture, because it's a spiritual, fear-based intuition, kind of a motherly instinct, actually, when it gets down to it. Fathers probably do the same thing, but out of different instincts. But anyways, yeah, that's my story. That's what happened to me. My mother, she survived the shooting as well, but after doing so, she had to, you know, serve out her prison sentence because it was a crime after all. And she ended up doing 10 to 12 years in prison. She came out of prison, and me and her were great friends. I mean, immense friends. I tried to help her through her rehabilitation into society as much as possible. She got out in 2008, I believe. I can't remember exactly now. But, you know, I helped her. She was sober for 2 to 3 years after she paroled. And, you know, like I said, we had a great relationship. We had a good relationship. I miss her in a lot of ways. I love her. You know, she was a great woman. I understand where she was coming from as a mother. You know, I understand so much now that I've grown up about what she was going through. You know, when you get involved in a substance and you don't understand, you know, everything that happens with that substance, and you don't deal with things and grow from it and grow in it, you know, you allow it to debilitate you. Basically, that's what it comes down to. She was so debilitated from her methamphetamine use mentally that she got to a point where emotionally she thought she was making the right decision, but, you know, the path to hell is paved with good intentions, they say. God forbid, you know, God forbid any kind of judgment on my part in condemning her soul, because that's not what I'm about. You know, I pray that she made it to the happiest eternity. I have her on my fireplace, so to speak, you know. I mean, actually, literally as well. So, you know, I love her. I love her. And I forgive her for everything that she did. But anyways, yeah, I love you, Mom. But anyways, then my brother, you know, he's currently, I'm 35 years old, he's 30 years old. Me and him are the only living survivors left of this accident. Actually, there was a guy shot as well, her boyfriend at the time, but I never kept in contact with him after the accident happened. I let him go his separate way. I was so young-minded, I didn't understand what was going on anyway. I was 14 when all this happened. But, my brother, you know, like I said, grew up, went his own path, kind of following her direction, and became addicted to methamphetamine, ended up killing a man, and is currently serving a 10-year prison sentence. And when he gets out, man, I'm hoping to help him and rehabilitate him to a higher state of thinking and elevate his mind state so that he becomes a good citizen as well. And he already is. You know, I grew up with this man. He's my brother. You know, I lived with him. I literally know him better than anyone else, I think. More so even than his father, because me and him both come from single mother homes where the mother raised us both and our fathers took off when we were young, so, you know, I know him better than anyone. Usually it's a father that can a test for the son, but in some cases it's the brother. And I believe that he's a good man, and when he gets out, I plan on helping him rehabilitate to the best of my ability. Helping him in every way that I possibly can. I plan on him coming back into my home and us creating such a good, or me helping create such a good and positive environment for him that he is able to branch out on his own and create his own great environment. In the same way that I'm trying to elevate society, he'll become a great man that will try to elevate society. And we need more men in the world that will try and elevate society. Did you vote this year? Make sure you vote. I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. Today I had to re-register. Let me talk about that for a split second as well. I was registered 4 years ago during the last primary election, but I was registered under the Green Party. I didn't really care for any candidate, and I didn't really care which way I was going to vote, so I decided to register under the Green Party, because usually under that party, them and libertarians, there are certain different political parties that you can look into where there's people who are trying to make a difference, but they're not that well known yet politically, so they can't advance to make themselves, the person that, say, would be the president, because most of us, it's really a two-party system in a lot of ways. You're either Republican or Democrat, and if you're not going to vote, then you start looking into alternate parties like Libertarian Party, Independence, Green Party. I believe there's a couple of other parties, like Conservative American. There's like some Republican variations of different parties as well. I don't know. See, libertarians and Green Party members are especially, or pay the most attention to green topics, which are like, making sure that, man, my mind just totally slips me right now. I can't even think of the topics. But green related, you understand what I'm saying? Environment related situations. I don't want to vary too far from my own story and ruin the whole video by not getting across my original point. But anyways, I had to re-register, and I was registered as the Green Party, so I had to re-register as Democrat because I'm voting for Bernie Sanders this year. Make sure that you vote. Make sure that you vote for Bernie Sanders. Fresno, California. Our election, June 7th, is our primary. Get out there, vote, make a difference, make it happen, make it count, make it work. We can do this. Good people, positive people, upright citizens brigade, son. Make it happen. So, do that. Make sure you vote. California, June 7th. That's our primary. Get out there, vote. I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. There's a lot of crazy things happening with the Trump situation right now. I definitely don't want to see him get in office because this man seems to be a man who is a separatist, and that is not the kind of society that I'm trying to involve myself in and get involved in. So make sure you do what you got to do. Vote June 7th, California. Man, I am JeremyLcD, Jeremy Griff, JeremyTragic, J-Rom. A lot of names. I'm going to end that. Starting this new group of videos, it's all going to be Jeremy Griff from now on. No more JeremyTragic, no more J-Rom. All JeremyLcD, all those other names are going away. And is there anything that I didn't finish in my story? Let me think. Oh yeah, I'm still and constantly trying to advance the progression of positivity in us all as humanity. We can do it. That's my goal in life. That's why I make these videos, talking to you, trying to help other people realize what's going on in their situation, and trying to encourage other people to become positive citizens. That's what it is all about. And not just citizens, but become positive people. Become a positive person. I can't stress that enough. I do it through the Bible, and different beliefs that I've acquired through learning. Learning is fundamental as well. Alright, I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. This has been Jeremy. Griff. This has been Jeremy. Right on.